A lot of it really revolves around space and the fact that much of our communications for naval forces relate to things that have to go through space, satellite communications. Operate forward is one of the tenets for the United States Navy. The CNOs put that out there, be ready, operate forward. To do that, we depend a lot on space. The Navy is one of the largest consumers of space capability, particularly in communications and networks. So that's the biggest aspect is, it's great to have your internet, your cell phone and all that. We're all dependent upon it. It's become a way of life. But when you're out at sea or you're in someone else's territorial waters and you don't have access to those networks, you have to bring your own network and your own communications with you. So sailors and Marines depend on those satellite connections using space as our way to constantly understand the battle space, transfer information, which supports information dominance, which is the Space and Naval Warfare Systems Command's tasking, to be the information dominant systems command. And that really is dominate the information environment so we can fight and win or provide humanitarian assistance to whomever it may be. The research and development industry in San Diego really, from my perspective, is in two main focuses. One is in information technology, primarily communications, companies such as Qualcomm, but there's lots of others. And then another aspect is the sports industry. And I like to look at the opportunities in the sports industry because I don't think anyone's invented a new golf club or a new surfboard or a new skateboard, yet those companies are constantly doing a large amount of research and development to make their products better. That's a parallel to us, because what we're constantly trying to do is make those systems operational for a longer period of time for the warfighter, make them better, eke out more capability, make them more user-friendly, less complex, more automated. And then I think the healthcare industry is another great parallel. Massive amounts of data required to be maintained and understood and analyzed to really give effective healthcare. Typically, we would do that in a hospital. The interaction we've had with the local community on how do we do healthcare in the future is we've got to move that out of the hospital, collect that data, analyze it at the home or where the person is to change how we're going to do healthcare. It's very similar to what we're doing with information for the warfighter. We can't do everything back over a cloud or some network somewhere. We have to be able to have some processing capability for unmanned sensors aboard the ship, those types of things, and we have to keep that information secure. That's one of the largest challenges, is having information security. Healthcare industry is just as worried about that as is the financial industry, and so there's lots of lessons, parallel things that we can do. There's also, I've seen a lot of writing about San Diego becoming a smartphone application kind of hub. That's essentially parallel to what we're trying to do for the warfighter. The network that you deploy on a ship or an aircraft or a submarine really essentially becomes a platform to deliver capability. Much like your smartphone, you really don't care where the data comes from, what the application is. You just want it to work when you have it. And if you need something new, you want to download a new app quickly from an app store. That's kind of the same parallel we're going for the warfighter. So a lot of the research and development and the innovation in the San Diego area, I would say the whole Southern California region, really is trying to solve very similar problems to what we're trying to solve for the warfighter.